Chapter 1. The Orphan's Awakening. A chill clung to the air, wrapping around the stone walls of the cavern like a shroud, as Songbai stirred from his restless sleep. Shadows danced along the jagged surfaces, cast by the flickering light of a solitary torch. It was the kind of night when the whispers of long-forgotten spirits mingled with the low growls of demons, creating a symphony of unease that reverberated in his bones. He opened his eyes, the cool air biting at his skin. For a moment, confusion clouded his thoughts. Memories of the previous day flooded back, training with Garen, the hulking demon who had taken him under his wing, and enduring the relentless pursuit of mastery over the demonic arts. Each session left him drained, yet oddly invigorated, the thrill of power coursing through his veins. But alongside it, a strange longing gnawed at him, a desire for something he couldn't name. Songbai pushed himself up, feeling the roughness of the stone floor beneath his palms. He took a deep breath, inhaling the lingering scent of smoke and burnt incense that clung to the cavern air like a memory. As he stood, the dim light revealed the contours of his small makeshift dwelling, an enclave adorned with trinkets collected from past raids, remnants of battles fought by the demons he called family. Each piece told a story, but none resonated with his heart like the faint, glimmering crystal hidden within his tattered cloak. It pulsed softly, a heartbeat that reminded him of the warmth he sought beyond the bitterness of his surroundings. The cave entrance beckoned him like a portal to a world he yearned to understand. Garen's voice echoed in his mind, deep and gruff, instructing him to embrace the darkness, to wield it like a weapon. But every time he closed his eyes, he saw flashes of light-bright, unyielding light that pierced through the veil of shadows, illuminating a path he was never meant to tread. "Are you awake yet, little orphan?" The voice of Garen rumbled from the shadows, heavy with amusement. His massive form emerged, towering and formidable, cloaked in the dark leathers of his kind. "Today we venture into the valley." Songbai met his gaze, a spark of defiance igniting within him. "What will we do there?" He couldn't suppress the tremor in his voice, a mix of eagerness and dread. The valley was spoken of in hushed tones, a place where darkness and light intertwined, a realm of forbidden knowledge. "You'll learn to summon your core," Garen replied, his jagged teeth flashing in the dim light. "But beware, boy. The valley tests more than your strength. It reveals your true nature." As they stepped into the night, the chill deepened, and the ground beneath their feet transformed from the rough stone of the cave to the soft, damp earth of the forest. The trees loomed overhead, twisted and gnarled, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Each step was accompanied by the rustling of leaves and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures, wrapping around Songbai like a cloak of shadows. Yet, amidst the oppressive dark, his heart raced with an unfamiliar thrill. Garen moved with the surety of one who belonged to the darkness, navigating the tangled paths with ease. Songbai struggled to keep pace, his mind racing with questions. What did it mean to summon his core? Would it draw him deeper into the abyss or lead him to the light he so desperately sought? The valley revealed itself as they descended, a breathtaking expanse that felt alive with a pulsing energy. Stand at the center and let the darkness embrace you. You must confront your fear and harness the power within. As Songbai stepped into the clearing, the mist swirled around him, whispering secrets he could almost grasp. The air grew thick with anticipation, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. He closed his eyes, inhaling deeply, letting the chill of the valley seep into his very bones. Yet, as he grounded himself, another sensation broke through the surface warmth, like sunlight piercing through clouds, igniting the core of his being. "Focus on the darkness," Garen urged, his voice now a distant echo. "Do not shy away from it. Control it." With a deep breath, Songbai planted his feet firmly, feeling the pulse of the earth beneath him. He reached deep within, feeling the tendrils of dark energy coiling around his heart, urging him to submit. But in that moment, a flicker of light ignited in his chest, a memory of laughter, of love, of the warmth that had once filled his life before the demons. It clashed violently with the shadows, creating a whirlwind of emotion that threatened to consume him. The ground shook beneath him as he fought against the encroaching darkness, his heart racing, caught in a battle that was both physical and spiritual. The whispers grew louder, urging him to yield, to embrace the dark legacy that was his birthright. Yet he couldn't abandon the light. It was part of him, woven into the fabric of his soul. "You must choose," Garen's voice boomed, breaking through the chaos. "Embrace the darkness, or it will consume you." Songbai's eyes snapped open, the world around him swirling in a maelstrom of shadow and light. He could feel the energy surging through him, the darkness clawing at his will, while the light pulsed defiantly in his chest. A decision loomed before him, one that could define his existence. Would he succumb to the demonic heritage that called to him, or would he carve his own path, guided by the purity of his heart? In that moment of clarity, he understood. The demonic core wasn't merely a dark force. It was a reflection of his choices, his struggles, and his desires. It embodied the battle between light and dark, a manifestation of the duality within every being. And as he stood at the edge of the valley, he felt the stirrings of power, not just from the dark, but from the pure, unwavering warmth of his heart. With a fierce cry, he reached out, not to the darkness, but to the light within him. As he did, a brilliant flash erupted from his core, a radiant beam that sliced through the mist, illuminating the valley in an explosion of colors. Garen stumbled back, eyes wide with shock and awe, as the light clashed with the encroaching shadows, creating a dazzling spectacle of imbalance. The valley transformed around them, the shadows receding as if held at bay by the brilliance of Songbai's spirit. He felt an overwhelming surge of power coursing through him, but it was different this time. It was not just demonic energy. It was a convergence of his essence, a melding of darkness and light that resonated with the universe itself. What have you done?" Garen stammered, awe replacing his earlier authority. The ground trembled, and the valley groaned as if responding to the awakening force. For the first time, the demon sensed a shift, a change in the very fabric of their existence. Songbai stood amidst the brilliance, a newfound strength coursing through him, the remnants of Shadow's Fa. The shadows would not define him. He would carve a path of his own, guided by the light of his heavenly heart amidst the demonic chaos he had been raised in. Garen approached slowly, his expression a mixture of fear and respect. "You are not like the others, are you?" he rumbled, the weight of his words hanging in the air. "You are more than an orphan raised by demons. You possess something rare." Songbai met his gaze, the remnants of chaos settling within him. "I will forge my own destiny, Garen, not as a demon, but as something more." As they stood together in the valley, the remnants of battle fading, the whispers of the night seemed to shift. They sang a new song, one of hope and awakening, of a boy ready to defy the odds and embrace the powers that lay within him. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but for the first time, Songbai felt a sense of purpose, a call to rise, to awaken not just his power, but the very essence of who he was meant to be.